My name is Zach Dufault. I grew up in North Dakota, a rural community of about 800 people. Um, Killdeer, North Dakota, the western part of the state. It's about 30 minutes north of Dickinson, located near the Little Missouri River that feeds into the Missouri and the Badlands, which also run south into South Dakota. But yeah, a real small community. Um, Killdeer, yeah, the name speaks for itself. Um, yeah, I grew up hunting and fishing. Um, that was definitely a big part of the culture there. A lot of my family and a lot of my friends all enjoyed deer season, and it was a time when everyone was able to get out and to go enjoy it with their family and friends. Um, Actually, on deer season always opened on a Friday, and usually at Killdeer, the school I went to, we had that Friday off, which is pretty neat to have the Friday off of deer opening. So you kind of got a good 3-day weekend to go enjoy and to get out and hopefully see something. Um, my graduating class would have been 27 if I would have stayed there and hadn't moved to Colorado. But yeah, really sheltered. Both my parents were educators. Actually, it was a K through 12 school, so they were both in the same building. My mom was in one wing, and my dad was in the other wing. As a business teacher in high school, my mom is first grade in elementary. Um, my dad really wasn't too big of a hunter growing up, and really wasn't exposed to it. He grew up on a grain farm uh, in western Minnesota, next to the North Dakota border, and my mom grew up on a cattle ranch in North Dakota. So they're both exposed to the rural life, and I guess that's why they wanted to live in that sort of community to raise their kids. And yeah, I guess I've always been attached to the natural environment and to hiking and hunting and backpacking and fishing, and it's always been it's always been something that I could go escape and get out. I was surrounded by so much open space when I grew up, and yeah, it was great. Go four-wheeling and horseback riding, anything that I could get my hands on, really. Uh, Recently got into climbing actually this last year, and trying to get into mountain biking more, just maybe a little bit of rafting. I don't know. In Colorado, there's so much more to do here. The opportunities are endless. The only thing you can maybe not do is surf, but I'm sure some people find a way to surf. I think I've seen videos of people surfing here in the rivers in some of the whitewater parks. Um, but yeah, the part of the state I grew up in is experiencing a huge oil boom the last few years, and that part of the land that I love and that I'm super connected to is becoming more and more fragmented with roads and increased traffic and well pad sites. And all I can say is that I hope the land is going to be able to thrive in the future and to produce the way that it always has and that people have always expected it to. Um, yeah, I guess only time will tell. A lot of my family friends and friends of myself and family members, they work in the oil field, and although I'm not against energy, we need it to motor, to fuel our vehicles and anything else motorized, and to produce all sorts of plastics. And but but yeah, I really hope that the land that I grew up around isn't damaged in a way that'll have it be damaged for years and years to come. Yeah. Uh, as far as things that I've worked in, I worked from working for a fisheries biologist for the Parks and Wildlife in Grand Junction, Colorado, to pouring wine in a tasting room of a winery in Palisade. That's when I was at Colorado Mesa University for 2 years. Worked with range management up in North Dakota, getting rid of noxious weeds for ranchers, and on some of the Forest Service ground. And then I've worked a lot in the turf industry and grew up around golf courses and golfing, and that's definitely another one of my second homes is on a golf course. I'd spend sun up to sundown mowing in the mornings and then playing golf in the evenings until dark, until I couldn't even see a golf ball fly through the sky. Um, yeah, and then recently, now I'm currently employed with JR Simplot Company. I work with they're a large agriculture company. I work with Smart Farm, which is helping growers, and mostly growers of wheat and corn specifically that I work with, but also starting with golf courses more recently and helping them manage their nutrients and their their irrigation in a better manner, and maybe put a little bit more on this part of the field where you're going to get higher yield, and a little bit less on this part of the field where yields aren't as good and the soil isn't as good. So it's definitely something that I enjoy, something that I feel like I'm doing a greater good. I'm helping people use the resources that they need to grow crops, and especially with um, our population going to reach 9-10 billion here by 2050, we're going to need our land to produce more food, but we need to do it in a more sustainable way, in a more earth-friendly way. Um, so yeah, that's some of my background and some of my work history. But I'm excited for the BioBlitz. Uh, I've been to Hawaii once now, but that was actually for one of my brother's basketball tournaments to Lahaina in Maui. Large Division I NCAA tournament every fall. But that's more touristy, so I'm excited to see another island and to see a more open island and to see a volcano for the first time, to see land being created right in front of me. I think that'll be really neat. I look forward to meeting individuals, to bringing my camera along. I've always been, since I moved to Colorado, actually definitely been getting more and more into photography and capturing the moments that sometime in the future I'll be able to look back upon and just think about how great it was to be in that moment and to capture that picture, and hopefully maybe go back and forth with some National Geographic photographers and filmmakers on some of their experiences, and definitely learn. Since I have moved to Colorado, I've been here now 7 years. I grew up so sheltered and in such a small community and didn't really know what else was out there, and was kind of scared of what else was out there. But once I moved and got that first taste of traveling and seeing other things and seeing what else is out there and meeting people and trying other foods, and I love traveling now. I look forward to meeting people and hearing their stories and sharing my stories with them. And yeah, it's just, we're only on this planet for so long, so why not make the best out of it and meet the most people you can and hear their stories and share with them and take photographs and capture moments and try new food. And that's definitely something that this Hawaii BioBlitz is going to do for me. It's going to give me another opportunity to see something new and to meet new people and to just enjoy life. I'm not working, I don't think, directly with scientists and data collection and working with the iNaturalist app, but I might be doing some of that. I think mostly going out and talking to citizens and engaging with them and having conversation about what brings them to the national park and what their experiences are with nature, and sharing them maybe my experiences and how I'm connected to it, and learning and yeah, just living. It's going to be great.